All right, 1.3, 12 basic functions. So yeah, you're going to want a nice sheet that you can keep handy to answer questions off of as we go, because these first couple questions that we're going to do, they're not, I mean, they are examples somewhere in the book, but they're not necessarily in the section. Yeah, anyways. But we're going to answer some questions, and all of them will be fair game for the test. So, just FYI. All right, so we're going to start out with some domain questions. So, which 3 functions, okay, it's referring to out of the 12, from the graph do not have a domain of all real numbers? So by that we mean which of the 12 functions have a graph that does not cover all x values?
Sorry. Do not have
So which ones don't take on all x values?
The squaring function.
Nope, that one will.
cubic
A natural,
Cubic function also will.
natural
Greatest
logarithmic
function.
That is,
the reciprocal.
The natural log function, is that what you said, Nathan?
yeah.
Yes, so y equals the ln of x. What'd you say, Josh?
I said the reciprocal.
Correct, because it doesn't take on 0. So y equals 1 over x. And what's the other one?
The exponential.
That one takes on all x values.
Square root function?
Yep. Square root function, so y equals the square root of x.
I didn't
guess
know
that.
that
Wait,
one had
so
already been
so
said.
why?
Yeah, I mean.
It can either be f of x or y, I don't care.
No, I meant like why.
Oh!
Oh.
Sorry.
Okay.
I didn't get it
I
either.
mean, I get what
Because, I don't know how, because the square root function can't be negative.
So it doesn't
Oh,
So it starts
because
at-
then that's imaginary. Then it's negative.
I just inhaled saliva.
Oh,
Starts at 0 and goes to infinity.
okay, because it can't
Doesn't
be
exist in
negative.
the negative direction.
Okay, and there's okay, and then
The
for the
natural-
reciprocal.
The reciprocal function, the denominator can't be 0. So 1 over 0 would not work,
wouldn't
so
work.
it can't be
So
in the
it's not-
domain.
That's a real number.
And then
Okay.
the natural log.
Natural log, you're just gonna have to take my word for it at the moment.
Oh.
You can't have 0 inside the logarithm. That's all.
Okay.
Alright, next one. Still
So,
domain
like,
questions.
These are kind of questions that could end up on a test, kind of thing.
This will be how the questions are worded. Like, it'll say, like, which 3 functions or which of the 12 functions. So I may not always tell you how many there's supposed to be. Or I may say, give me 3 of them, but there may actually be 5 that apply.
Okay.
So in this case, there are only 3 that apply, though. All right, which function has the domain of all real numbers with the exception of 0, and then y isn't 0 in the domain? So it's got to be one of the 3 we just listed.
It's reciprocal, right?
Yep. So it's y equals 1 over x. Okay, and we kind of just talked about it. It's undefined at 0, and we have a vertical asymptote at x equals 0. So that kind of ties back to what we were doing yesterday, 2 days ago, whatever.
Whatever it was.
Days.
I can't keep track.
I don't know, this week's been like a blur. Last night at the volleyball game, Hannah and I looked at each other at one point and we were like, we feel like we're in the Twilight Zone right now. Like, I was just waiting for the music to just start
It was
playing.
just like-
Then when the scoreboards went off and the birds were just projected on the wall, I was like,
Yeah, I
It was
was
a little creepy.
So out of it.
What?
Yeah, the scoreboard went out, and it was like the view Sonic.
like that. What would go with like the monitor when the monitor's
Oh,
not
'cause Summit
working or
doesn't
something?
have a scoreboard, right?
No, yeah, because they just have the
They
ones
have
that are
the
projected
projection.
onto the wall, and so the two behind us were still on, but the one like on the wall, like that we were facing, was not on, and it was like really creepy because it just like everything went off, and then it was just like birds, and we were like, this is weird.
I love that.
It was
I want to be in a horror movie.
I know. I feel like it would like be traumatized.
Or die, you know.
Yeah, no.
Which two functions have no negative numbers in their domain? Yeah, and they couldn't spell Denby. They spelled it Denby.
Dinnaby.
What?
On the scoreboard,
Yeah.
they put our name as Denibigh.
Dinnaby.
Denby.
I didn't realize it until the second set.
I could not, literally when they were doing the national anthem, I felt so bad I could not look at the flag. I just was staring at how our name was spelled. I was like,
that was like a Y or something.
it's literally written underneath of it on our logo.
It's a square root function.
Yeah, square root. So
Square root function.
So y equals.
f of it, or y equals
Yeah, it's whatever.
x. And then what else?
And then-
Let's see.
Is it the natural law of
Is it the natural?
Yep.
So.
So does
Because the natural log function is gonna also have an asymptote at x equals 0, which is why it can't cross that. So it's gonna be from 0 to infinity, but not touching 0.
Okay.
All right, those are the domain questions. Let's do some continuity questions.
You got
All right. Only 2 of the 12 functions have points of discontinuity. Are these points in the domain of the function?
How do you break so fast?
I know.
Lots of practice. So what we're going to do is you're going to tell me what the function is, and then we're going to write what kind of discontinuity it is, or / if they're in the function.
Say yes or
Well, I think
no. The greatest answer.
yeah.
Yeah, I have to look because I have them down as like the name, not the
Oh,
names,
okay.
but the function itself. So I was like,
Y
huh?
equals int
Y
x.
equals integer x.
Yeah. I
And
wasn't
then-
sure if it was integer, so I just said int.
And what's the
then
other one?
Y equals 1 over 1 plus e negative x is an exponent. Is that it? That's not
The logistic.
continuous?
It's continuous.
But it's like there's holes
The
in it.
reciprocal.
In the logistic function,
Yeah, there's
No.
holes.
those dots, it's a asymptote.
Y
I thought
equals
those were like
y equals
spaces.
1 over x.
What?
Yes, y
They're
equals
not
1 over
spaces.
x. No, that's a dotted line for an asymptote. That's how you represent an asymptote on a graph.
Oh yeah. I was looking for a lot of spaces. That doesn't seem. Wait, and
What?
did you say? 1 over x?
Reciprocal.
Oh, yeah.
I'm just saying I said that earlier. And, Nathan said it. I was
Oh, I didn't hear it.
Just kidding.
All right, so what kind of discontinuity does the integer function have?
A lot.
Back from the
Yeah,
last
a lot.
section. Yeah, but what is it called?
Discontinuity at 0 or like
No, what is it?
No, it's not.
Integer function.
Is it jump
Yep.
continuity?
oh yeah.
It's a jump discontinuity.
I'm gonna memorize that for a while.
We have to memorize that.
Just memorizing everything.
So, this one has a discontinuity at every integer value of x those, they basically can't be in the domain because of that. So, how about y equals 1 over x? What kind of discontinuity is that?
Infinite or non-removable? Or no?
What'd you say it is?
The infinite or non-removable?
Infinite discontinuity. All I heard was non-removable, so I was like, what?
Oh, that's like under it. So I didn't know if it was called infinite or not removable. Because like under it we wrote not removable. And I
We
was
did.
like, I don't know.
Yeah.
I
don't
just
know
always
which
call it
one's the
infinite,
title.
so that's why I was like, what?
I was like, I don't know which one's the title, so I'm just gonna say both.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just infinite discontinuity. But the only place that it's not continuous is at 0, which is not in the domain, so this one is continuous at every point in its domain. The only place that this is not continuous is when x equals 0, which is also not in the domain, so it's continuous everywhere in the domain. There's no like holes in it. That's why this one's not.
Oh, there's no holes. So it's
Well,
not discontinuous? It is discontinuous?
this
but
one
not
is as an
domain?
infinite discontinuity, but it wants to know if the question says, are these points in the domain of the function? The point of discontinuity in this one is not in the domain because it's at 0.
Oh, okay.
Where is it? Because you have the graph going here, it just doesn't touch 0, and it just doesn't touch 0.
Okay.
So, but that's not in the domain anyways. 0 is not in the domain of that one. So we say that though it's infinite discontinuity, it is continuous at every point in the domain. So it is a continuous function.
You know, every time I write out the word continuity, I have to sound it out in my head as I write it.
I always spell it wrong.
Me too. It's always so wrong.
I'm really good at spelling it about 8 different ways on the same paper
I'd
too.
be adding letters where like letters should not be added.
All right, we're gonna do one on boundedness.
Good stuff.
Which 3 of the 12 functions are bounded? Okay, just FYI, sometimes I will abbreviate bounded as BDD. So just if you see that, that's why. That means above and below. So it means there's a point where they don't get any higher and there's a point where they can't get any lower. Okay? They just keep alternating back and forth.
So one is f of x equals cosine of x.
Yep.
And then y equals sine of that.
Yep.
And then
or may not guess the last one.
Is it y equals x cubed?
Nope, that one goes on to infinity.
Y equals absolute value.
1 over
Cosine x.
Reset
x.
that one.
Integer x. Not many left, guys.
Logistic?
Yep.
X,
I'll show you why. Just 1 second. Y equals 1 over 1 plus e to the minus x.
How did I spell code? Oh my goodness.
Oh, cosine rule?
Yes.
Oh, 1 second. So if you look at this function, okay, the asymptote is what is binding, or what is binding, bounding this. I don't know if that's even a word, but it's what's making it bounded at the top. Okay, and then there's also down here, it's getting bounded. It's not ever gonna cross down there. So that's why that one is that way.
I was just trying to keep guessing.
I was not gonna get there.
Eventually we would've got there.
Yeah, eventually.
After you guess the 11 other ones.
Yeah.
All right, symmetry. Which 3 functions of the 12 are even?
F of x equals absolute value. Absolute value of x.
And then f of x equals x squared.
And then
Might have to remember something from last year to get the last one.
Wait. Is it f of x equals 1
Oh, that's
over
funny.
1 plus e? Oh, I thought it was
y equals x. Or f
Nope.
of x equals x.
Nope, it's an odd function. Even functions are symmetric with respect to the y-axis.
Y equals x.
I swear he's not listening to anybody.
No, he really is not. He's
F
just
of
all
x
over the
equals
world.
f of x equals ex or whatever ex exponent x.
So look at how with the squared function, okay? If you took it and you flipped it over the y-axis, it's gonna look the same. Okay?
Yeah.
What other function that you have would look exactly the same if you flipped it over?
X
Would that be negative?
That's odd.
Would it be the greatest image? No, wait, that's not what I was trying.
Good job, Christian.
So if you flipped it like
Oh,
which way?
Wait, would sine not look the
Weird.
same?
No, I'll show you why. So
Oh, so
cosine,
you
you flip it over. It looks the same. Sine, though. Okay, you flip it over. It becomes on the negative side instead of the positive side.
Oh. Okay. Thanks, Christian.
Yeah, there's only really one of those that you kind of just gotta like know if you don't know that if you. Okay, my brain is working in a different way. Okay,
If
so
you
I
don't-
understand, but I don't know how.
You
to
gotta
explain
know if you don't know.
Yeah,
You know?
No, I meant,
Yeah.
No, I meant like because we know like
Bruno.
you have to
I'm
like
gonna
change.
beat him up
something.
after school.
Oh my god! We have that on video, Christian.
Oh boy.
Don't post that video.
No,
It's
I need
normal,
to,
I
need
promise.
To watch this video later though. I don't want you to touch
Is it
it.
actually Bruno?
Yes, it is.
When was he born?
That vulgar language.
All right.
September 9th,
So,
Yeah.
1997.
He's like 27.
okay.
I mean,
So the first
No.
12 problems, give you a modification graph of one of the 12 basic functions and want you to say which one it goes with, like which of the 12 basic functions has been adapted, like moved up, down, right, left, compressed, stretched,
Don't die.
whatever. We're not going to do those ones, but the next set of questions says identify which of the exercises from 1 through 12, which are the graphs, display functions that fit the given description. So what we're going to do instead is I'm going to write the description out and you're just going to tell me the function. Okay, so that's what you're going to do when you do your problems, because like the first one is going to say the function whose domain consists of all non-negative real numbers. Okay, I would say that on the test or the quiz, and you would have to tell me what the function is. Okay, not, oh, it's number 3. So that's why I'm going to do it that way. Because I'm not going to print out 12 graphs and give them to you on the test. Okay, so number 14, the function whose domain, and I will say I would recommend you write out the actual question. I mean, it's up to you because they're a little like sentences, but I would recommend you write them out because I will copy and paste them for the test or quiz. So when you go back to study, this is something you really have to study. You can't just like wing it.
Because if
I
I
will
go
be
back
honest.
to study and I just see the answer, I'm gonna be like, well, what am I answering?
Yeah.
It's like just 2. I'm like, what? I have to pick my solo today.
Oh my gosh, I thought for something else. I thought you said it.
Wait, pick your solo. That's what we did. Like that's what we said to him.
I know, I'm gonna send it to him in choir class.
Or by the end of the school day, according to his email.
Oh
don't know
really?
what I'm
Oh, is
gonna-
it in the
What's his
school now?
email? I don't know his email.
R Hall.
It's R Hall.
At dbcs.org. Okay, the function whose domain consists of all non-negative real numbers.
That would be.
F of x equals square root of x.
Good job.
Why are you looking at me like that? I never answer out loud. I don't like answering out loud a lot. So like, let me
I answer out loud a lot, and a
We
lot of
know.
times it's wrong. So-
Oh, we know.
But that doesn't affect me. Doesn't
All right,
affect my
next
confidence.
one.
I'm glad that you don't let it stop you.
The function
I let it stop me all the time.
that is not a continuous function.
Dang it, I wrote function L. Not what I wanted to do.
You spelled continuous wrong.
I swear that word
It's-
is gonna like haunt me.
Y equals integer x.
Yup.
Is that the greatest integer one? Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Should
So-
we know like the names as well as like the y equals part? Oh, I didn't know if we could just memorize the y equals part with the graph.
All you will have to give me on the test is the y equals part, but
But it's helpful.
sometimes I give an extra credit question.
Okay.
So like name all of the functions.
Oh wait, are we writing out the poem on the quiz or is that on the test?
The test.
Test.
But the quiz may or may not have the 12 basic functions on it, so.
Wink, wink.
You said the quiz.
Yeah. May or may not be on the test as well, but.
Wink, wink.
This is another random side note, but would y'all want the quiz for 1-1 to 1-3 to be Tuesday so that y'all don't have to worry about it while you're gone?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, you said. I'd rather it on a Tuesday than a Monday, but
Well, I mean,
Yeah.
it's not going to be Monday, but I mean, I can't give it on Wednesday. If you don't take it next Tuesday, then you don't take it till the following
Exactly.
Monday.
No, we're taking
Actually,
it
not even
Tuesday.
the following Monday because it's Columbus Day.
The following Tuesday.
And I'll forget everything. I feel like.
Okay, well, we'll just do a 1-1 to 1-3 quiz on Tuesday
That's
then.
right.
do we get Columbus Day off?
Yeah.
we do.
We have a volleyball game, though.
Oh yeah.
It's a home game too.
Hallelujah. It was originally away. It's in North Carolina.
What?
Wait, you laugh.
That school is in North
Hold
Carolina.
up. What?
Wait, so but they're
What
still
school
coming
is
to
this?
us.
Southampton. But they're in Vista. So I'm not really sure.
How is that even?
So they're still coming to us though.
Southampton and they're North Carolina. That doesn't even make any
Wait, do
sense.
we have people working that game?
I'm
What
not.
time is it? Is it in the afternoon? Okay. Wait.
It
why
was
would
on the
not be in
schedule, so
afternoon?
I'm assuming so.
I kind of forgot about it. I forgot, like.
See, I would come to all your home games, but it's a holiday, so.
It's not.
All right, the 4 functions that are bounded above.
Well, I'm not gonna be at school, so probably
Who has to work it?
not me.
Go back to them.
Okay,
Does
if
middle
it's
school have a
bounded
game
above.
too?
Logistics function.
I didn't know that other schools
Which
don't
is-
charge you
1 second.
to get in. I didn't know that. I went to PC to watch a game and they paid us
Yes.
for money. And I was
Are they more serious about it? They're like,
like, no. Because usually you just go in, you're
oh, there's
there.
another one.
They win in
There's
3.
four.
There's
and
4.
Then you leave.
Oh, it does say 4.
Like the game goes by really quick.
Just bounded above, or can it, like, just at least bounded?
At least bounded above.
So, f of x equals sine x. I was trying to do it without looking at the paper, so that's why I took a while.
And then
Y equals cosine x.
yeah. And then what about y equals 1 over x?
No.
What about
Bounded above.
y equals x?
Y equals
Y equals
square root of x?
Intercept x or
Oh,
Because it
that's
can't be
not-
negative? Or wait, no, that doesn't.
Can you
Just because it's above?
1 second. What?
just because it's above, I don't know.
I get the other one.
Y equals square root of x.
Yeah. That's.
Is that really true?
is that
The book says it is, but I'm contemplating that
What?
one.
Because it looks like it keeps going.
It
So I
kinda
don't.
it looks like it goes.
Yeah, it
up.
doesn't look like it kind of like stops.
What about
I only thought that because
I don't think
it like
the other
stops
ones
like
are.
close
Y
to the
equals
origin. So it doesn't-
integer x? Is that bounded above?
I don't know what that is.
I know. Okay, hold on. I know. This is why it's written. In general, it is not, so we're going to erase it. In the case of what's in the book, because these are the ones that go with the graphs, they have the square root function graphed upside down right now, meaning it can't go anything higher than 0.
Oh, okay.
So it is bounded above in that case, but in general, it is not. So
Oh,
we're going to
what-
get rid
what
of
is
it.
it? What is it bounded? Is it
Oh,
bounded?
because-
It's not.
It's just not bounded.
Well, it would be bounded below technically in a normal situation. So we're gonna change this because if this were to be on the quiz or something, we would change it.
That wouldn't technically be wrong.
So we're gonna change it to 3 because for the purpose of what's the graphs that they give you to the side, it is 1, but in general it is not 1.
This is really red. Whack.
It's fun red. Red is the fun color.
Look at my people.
Oh, I forgot you all had to work.
Alright. That's the last one of those kinds. So the other ones now just say they just give you the problem and they just say to write what they are. So which is basically what we've been doing, but I'm just telling you the instructions in the book have changed
Are
now.
we gonna use these to like do like math in the future? Oh, we just have to know them, just in case they come up.
It's
with
just kind of
something.
applying the stuff from 1.2.
Oh. I was like,
So it's nothing really hard. You just have to know
It's just
everything.
So this is really a memorizing section. And usually the quiz is a rude awakening for people who think, I didn't need to memorize them. Yes, you did.
You definitely did.
All right, especially because I literally copy and paste them. I don't make them up myself. The 6 functions
Oh, that's half.
Good
that are increasing on their entire domain.
Tire.
Oh, so it's 6 also.
You got a 50-50 shot.
I'm gonna get that. Wait, I want to say the first one and see if I get it wrong.
Increasing on entire domain.
50-50.
Just go slow when you call them out, because I've got to look at them, make sure.
Getting
Let's go with
X.
f of x equals 1 over x.
F.
I told you it was gonna be wrong.
Increasing means as x gets bigger, y gets bigger.
X.
Oh.
Oh.
X squared. Nope.
Square root of x.
Yes.
Squaring.
That's what Nathan just said.
Integer x.
Oh, did they? Oh, I didn't. Oh,
Integer
obviously, I
What'd
was
you
not
say?
paying attention.
What did you say?
I said squaring function, but obviously I was not paying attention.
It's half of the. We've got like 3 wrong so far.
I don't think you're looking at the graphs, because I'm saying as x gets bigger, y gets bigger.
Is it
F of x equals the log.
Yes, that is one of them. Y equals x. What'd you say, Nathan?
The log.
Oh.
Which one?
Logos.
Oh wait, sorry, never mind. There's only the natural log. I forgot the regular log is not on there. Yes, natural log is one of them.
What about
Oh!
Absolute
I just
square.
had I just had like
That's the third time I've heard x squared. X squared is still not one of them.
Absolute value.
X squared starts out decreasing.
Absolute
It
value
does?
function is
Absolute value function starts out decreasing.
I'm pretty sure we said all the wrong answers.
Exponential.
Absolute value.
Yes, y equals e to the x. Absolute value, I just said, starts out decreasing.
Y equals 1 over 1 plus e to the
Yes.
negative x.
We don't have that many options.
We said all the wrong answers already, so.
But we keep repeating
It's
them.
not reciprocal.
We've written 5.
Which one has
Oh.
Cosine.
X cubed.
Huh?
Yes.
I said that. I said, Josh, you just said it louder. I said it a while ago, but
1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
I was
6.
too busy hearing absolute value, x squared, that are clearly decreasing at some
Okay.
point. If the graph is ever going down, it cannot be
Okay,
increasing
so my thinking
the whole
is-
time.
I didn't think about it like it was coming from
Obviously.
over
I
here
thought
to
it was
over
like-
here. I thought it was just going up.
Wait, but X over here is decreasing
Oh, boy.
because this is negative. On this
just
side.
increasing backwards.
Yeah, I just.
Yeah, he's
Increasing in the negative direction.
Backwards.
That's like when my dad, if my team would lose or something, I would be like, whatever, and he would be like, no, you just came in second.
Out of 2.
I did too.
That's still.
Yeah, but it sounds a lot better if nobody knows that.
It's still second, honestly.
All right, 22. The 3 functions with infinitely many local extrema.
Ooh.
Okay, that means they have mins and maxes that keep occurring.
Oh, so like not just one min and one max.
Correct. That would be absolute. Local means that there's multiple of them.
Extrema.
Okay, so we're gonna go with. Let me look. I'm gonna take a second to look.
There's 3 of them.
Only 3.
With infinitely many local extrema.
So it's something that turns around a lot.
Oh,
Cosine?
cosine X and then
Sine
sine X.
And 1 over x.
This other one you may not think of, but it's one that it has holes in it.
Greatest
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 integer.
integer.
Yeah,
I was thinking
Ooh,
that.
I couldn't say
But I
function.
never say the right answer. So it's fine.
That's correct.
Okay, because of the point of
That was quick.
where it's got like the holes and then the one's filled in. That's why this one is.
Yeah, that one's weird. I don't like that one.
It is
It's like,
weird.
I don't want to give it any credit for anything.
It doesn't deserve it.
It doesn't
It
deserve
doesn't
any
look like a
credit.
graph, honestly.
Yeah.
All right, 24. The 3 functions with range of all real numbers. So that means it takes on all y values from negative infinity to positive infinity. Not all over, it's all y values.
All over, all the y values.
Well, let's is
Y equals X.
Yes.
y equals x squared?
Y equals X.
You and the
I'm not
X.
even gonna like
That's
act like I
terrible.
heard that.
It's literally
What?
just going this way.
I'm
I said all y values.
John,
Y equals
look at
X
this.
cubed.
This is y
Yes.
value too. Like also.
oh.
Wait, what'd you say?
X cubed.
Yeah. that makes
What
sense.
about 1 over x?
Wait, what about y equals ln x?
Yes.
Sorry.
Why wouldn't it be
It's a
1
smart
over
word.
x? Because they don't touch
Because
zero.
it has an asymptote.
Which one?
Bigger
which one?
on bottom.
Wait,
Y
what-
No,
equals
there's-
what did Josh
0.
say?
I said 1 over x.
Oh. Because it's
Not.
Oh.
yeah. What I say?
We're gonna fail this.
I'm sorry. I'm so excited. Like all I'm thinking about is like Crocs right now.
Are you going to the store after school?
Yes, I'm buying fuzzy Crocs. It's that time.
All right, the three functions within behavior. The limit as x approaches negative infinity of f of x equals negative infinity. So that means as x gets really, really, really far negative, okay, really far to the left, y goes to negative infinity.
What is that? What is that?
Wait, so
Limb?
as
Did I say
x
limb?
goes
The
to
limit.
really, really far.
Oh, limit.
So as x
Y
gets
also-
really, really small, okay, because it's in the negative direction,
Y also does that?
y gets really, really small.
Oh, so they both do really, really
So it's going down and to the left, or back and to the left.
back and to the left.
Back and down.
Back,
Words are not working.
back and down. I'm backing down. Wait, no.
Would it be
Wait.
what x cubed
X cubed.
and then
X
y
cubed.
equals x? Right?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Yep. And one more.
And then
Equals x, y equals x cubed.
greatest integer. The
Uh,
integer x.
Yep.
Oh, never mind.
Okay, so it's just
Integer.
it's almost the same.
It'd be integer x because the weird little. That
I
little
got them
one-
all
I
right
did-
this time, guys.
Hallelujah.
I feel so accomplished.
Good job, Josh.
Oh, because it's like.
All right.
down the stairs.
28.
It looks like stairs.
It does.
You look like
The two functions
Oh, God,
whose graphs are identical
I think I might know.
except
Oh.
Yeah. Got him there.
for the horizontal shift.
Why did I spell identical with an A? It's a little
I
embarrassing.
do remember what horizontal back.
Set for horizontal shift. Is it sin x and cosine x?
Yep.
Oh yeah, look at that. They just wait. So horizontal. So did they? Huh?
Yeah.
Same.
So they just like shifted a little bit. Is that
Yeah,
what
if you took cosine and you shifted it, and it would be the same. Or sine and shifted it, it would be the same. All right, so I did all the even ones for you. Meaning,
Now do we get all the
you get to do all the odd ones.
Yeah.
Hey, and I have a question.
13 through 27, odd. I'm gonna look at the odd ones in 13 through 17 and make sure that none of them have graphs that are only applicable to the fact of what the graph looks like.
I was gonna
Really
be
quick.
stupid.
Yeah, basically.
Pan, is your brother going to the birthday party?
No, I don't think so. Cause my mom has to work. What birthday party is it? And who has a birthday party at 5:30 on a Friday?
That's what I'm saying. Mama was like, you need to take David to Andrew's birthday party. And I was
Who
like,
has
who
a
even
birthday
is that?
party
Tonight?
5:30
Yeah,
on a
at
Friday.
5:30.
Yeah, I don't think
At
he's going.
Surge.
He thinks he's going, but I don't think he is. He just assumed he was going, but my mom was like, "He thinks so, but I don't think so."
Yeah, my mom was like, I'll give you money to buy
Hey,
the
did you have
kid
to
a
pay for
gift.
your Liberty transcript?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't have to. My fee got waived.
Why?
I have no idea. What got waived? My fee.
Fee for submitting the transcripts. Yeah, mine did not.
I
She
had
had
it
to
just
call him
mailed
like
us.
10 times.
I had it just mailed to us.
She tried. My mom tried both, but they would not do it.
Yeah, I got it.
Okay, all of them should be fine. That whatever the answer is that goes with it is actually good. So.